We're going to try to get our team to rotate over there. There is an AMC. We're going to blink in, use our 2, remove some protections, use our 1. He uses his beads. He's going to avoid the slow. We're going to work on clearing this minion wave. Our team's rotating in, so we're just going to run into the Phoenix, tank it for the team. Whenever a tower or Phoenix is shooting you, it is dealing physical damage. So if you have physical protections, it's going to reduce the amount of damage that you take. Also, each shot from a tower or Phoenix is going to get exponentially a little bit stronger. We're going to go ahead and use our ultimate to fly over to this Persephone. We're bringing the whole team. It's not what you want to see if you're Persephone. And we're able to get the pick onto the Persephone. We even got a nice little achievement for it. What a do, skibbity boo, it's your boy SeanyB Gaming, and today we have a viewer request to play Horus in solo. If you are new to the channel, I upload every single day. I add some commentary to a game that I've already played with the intention of seeing what went right, what went wrong, and hopefully there's something that we can learn together. If there is something that we learn together, make sure you check out the channel and subscribe for more content. If you are a returning viewer, Horus has a pretty nasty CC chain. I think he's a little bit better as a support than he is in solo, but we have kind of a cheese build to help us get through the laning phase. So let's go ahead and jump into Horus's kit. Horus's 1. Updraft. Horus uses his wings to create an updraft around himself, knocking nearby enemies into the air. Using the currents from the updraft, Horus's next basic attack within 5 seconds will create a gust of wind that travels forward, damaging enemies and slowing them for 2.5 seconds. This attack cannot crit. Enemies that are knocked up when hit take bonus damage. The gust bonus damage is going to be times 1.5 and the gust slow is 25%. Horus's 2. Fracture. Horus dashes forward a short distance, ready to strike with his weapon. If Horus hits a god, he stops and stuns the god for 1.25 seconds. He will then wind up a heavy cleave. Enemies hit by the cleave are going to have their protections reduced for 3 seconds. The protection reduction at level 1 is 10, and the protection reduction at level 5 is 30. Horus's 3. Protector's Surge. Horus rushes to the aid of an ally. After selecting an ally, Horus will fly to their location before descending. Upon landing, the selected ally and nearby allies have their health restored and gain protections for 3 seconds. At level 1, they're going to gain 10 protections, and at level 5, they're going to gain 30 protections. So this Arachne looks like she hit the melee minions and then rotated to blue buff. We're going to go ahead, kind of fall back, clear the melee minions, start working on the archers. So right now, she has more of a wave than we do, but we have the minions pushed up closer to our tower. We're going to go ahead and use our 1. We're going to use our 2 onto the Arachne. That's going to reduce her protections a little bit. We have 3 archers hanging back. She's going to leave lane, and we're going to clear her archers. If we can keep some archers from the previous wave, we should have a big advantage right here. She prioritizes the Totem of Ku over clearing, so now we have 3 extra archers on this wave. We're going to go ahead and use our 1, start working on clearing the wave. We're going to come back, try to get hit by her. We're going to use our 2, reduce her protections. Now we have the archers targeting her. She's getting tagged pretty hard. She moves up to the front. We're going to use our 1, slower, get a basic, and we're able to get the pick onto the Arachne because of some minion management. I just wanted to point that out. We saved some archers that gave us an advantage, and we were able to get the archers to target the Arachne. The minions do a lot more damage than we do this early on in the game. So let's go ahead and jump back to Horus's kit. Horus's ultimate, To the Skies. Horus sends a mirror image of himself into the sky that scouts for a location to fly to. Upon selecting a ground location, Horus will begin to channel for 2 seconds. Allies near Horus after these 2 seconds are flown to the location Horus's image chooses. Horus and his allies land with such force that enemies take damage and are knocked up away from the landing location. Horus and allies at the landing location gain a protective shield. This shield is going to be 160 at level 1, 480 at level 5. And finally, Horus's passive, Resolute. Each time Horus is damaged by an enemy god, Horus gains a stack of Resolute. If Set is the god that damages Horus, Horus gains 2 stacks. Each stack increases Horus's protections and crowd control reduction. Resolute stacks to a max count of 10 for 3 seconds. When Resolute fades, Horus is healed based on the amount of stacks. going to gain 1.5 crowd control reduction per stack, and he's going to gain 1.5 protection per stack. In terms of the leveling order, at level 1, we want to put a point into our 1, level 2, put a point into our 2, level 3, put a point into either our 1 or our 3. Then at level 4, we want to do the opposite of what we did at level 3. We want to put a point into our ultimate at level 5. Then we want to max out our 1, max out our ultimate whenever we can, max out our 2, max out our 3. Right now, we think we can be a little smart, use our ultimate to surprise the Arachne with the Fafnir, or the Fenrir. I always get those two somewhat confused. And we forgot to pick our blue buff up, so we got to fall back, pick that up. We are going to miss a little bit of XP because of it, but I think the blue buff is more important than a wave of XP. We're not even missing the full wave, just some of it. We are not too concerned with Totem of Coup this game. We're just going to try to assert as much pressure as possible. Go ahead and move up to the archers. We're going to fall back to the Arachne, try to get her to target us, get the minions to start attacking her. Use our 2, that's going to reduce her protections. We're going to use our 1, hit her with the basic attack, get some basics on her, and she's able to wiggle out of there. We're in a little bit of trouble, but we're going to use our 3 to get back to our minions. Whenever we left Fountain, we left with Warrior's Blessing, the tier 1 of Golden Blade, and 3 health potions. Golden Blade is going to be an interesting item, and I'll get more into detail once we pick it up. We do have enough money for it, but we don't want to back and miss any wave. 2 people hanging out in our lane, so we're going to fall back and play it pretty safe. The longer Tsukiyomi is over here, the more beneficial it is for me, because Arachne is splitting wave with the Tsukiyomi. Looks like Arachne backed. We have a fat wave here, so we definitely want to stay around and clean this up. We're going to go ahead and back, and we're going to pick up Golden Blade. Golden Blade is going to provide us 30 physical power, 15% attack speed, and 10% movement speed. It has a passive that all basic attacks will also hit enemies within a 15 unit radius for 50% of the damage. What this item is going to allow us to do is to match Arachne's clear pressure. We're going to pick up this item for the early game and for the laning phase, and then we're going full tank, full cooldown. The Golden Blade also interacts with Horus's 1. Whenever Horus does a knockup, his line attack is going to count as a basic attack. Right now we do not have wave advantage, so we are going to be in a little bit of trouble right here. We're going to get the dash, but not the cleave, onto the Arachne. We get stunned, we're losing a decent amount of health. We did pick up a health chalice whenever we backed. Go ahead, use our 1. We miss our 2. Oh, we hit it. It looked like we missed it. We're gonna get some basics. Arachne does have reduced protections right now. We're gonna keep fighting her. She's fighting us into minion wave, so that's beneficial for us. I think if we didn't have minions, she would win the 1v1 trade. However, with minions, we kind of have the advantage. We're gonna use our ultimate. We try to land on her, but she rotates to us where we were ulting from. We're going to chase her down a little bit because I think we do have kill potential on her right now. We're going to get some basics. She starts to run away. We're going to go ahead and heal our minion. Horus's 3 can heal the minions. So if you see a group of minions that are pretty weak, you can run in there and give them a little bit more health. We're going to use our 2, and we're able to get the pick onto the Arachne. She keeps choosing to challenge us into the minion wave. We're going to go ahead and pick up the enemy blue, heal the Fenrir. Without Golden Blade, we'd be very dependent on our abilities, and I think being able to use our abilities and clean up the rest of the wave with Golden Blade will allow you to be really aggressive in solo lane with Horus. We're going to go ahead and heal the front minions, get in there and try to do some damage to the enemy wave. So we have not really been prioritizing the Totem of Q, but the Totem of Q is going to give everyone on your team a little bit of gold, and it's going to act like a mana potion. So everyone on your team is going to gain some additional MP5. Right now we're just clearing with our basic attacks and Golden Blade. Arachne uses her ultimate. We're just going to kind of fall back. We do not have any health potions, so we do need to fall back a little bit. We're just going to jump up and down, kind of a mutual understanding. Now that the wave is here, everything is off. Go ahead and use our basics to clear the minion wave. Use our 1, hit the Arachne. We use our 2, reduce some of her protections. We're in a little bit of trouble right here. We're in a lot of trouble right here, and she's able to get the pick on us. We do need to watch out for her whenever she does that. We didn't have any protections at the time, and I think she wins those basic attack trades if we don't have minions. So after going into Golden Blade, we're going to be going into the tank boots. The tank boots are going to provide us 10 physical power, 150 health, 20% crowd control reduction, and 18% movement speed. It has a passive that whenever we take damage, we gain 3 protections. This can stack up to 7 times and last for 6 seconds. So the 20% crowd control reduction, what does this mean? That means that whenever Arachne stuns us for 1 second, and we have 20% CCR, we're only going to be stunned for 0.8 seconds. Bit of a team fight going on near the enemy's speed. We saw Arachne was over there. We're going to take this time to go ahead and clear the next wave. We could use our ultimate to rotate there, but we'd be missing some farm, and I decided to prioritize the farm. Might have been the wrong call. We're going to ult in, see if we can help out at all. We lost our teammates, but we're going to go ahead and take the enemy speed buff. Or try to. The Persephone's here. We get the slow onto the Persephone. We're just going to wiggle on out of there. We use our 2. That's going to remove her protections. Get some basic attacks onto her. We're able to clean up the tower in solo lane. That's going to give everyone on our team a little bit of gold. I'm going to go ahead and rotate, clean up this next wave. Now we're going to see if we can steal the enemy blue buff, but it sounds like Arachne was able to get it. We're going to use our 2. We do not want to fight Arachne outside of the minion wave. We're going to use our 1. That's going to clear her spiders. We get stunned. It was a shorter stun this time because we have CCR. We're going to go ahead and use our 2. The Fenrir is here. We're able to use our 1, and Fenrir is able to get the pick onto the Arachne. We would have fallen back to tower right there if we did not have Fenrir rotating over to us, but since we knew he was rotating, we kind of baited the Arachne out a little bit. We're going to go ahead and back because we have enough money for the Breastplate of Valor. The Breastplate of Valor is going to provide us 65 physical protections, 300 mana, 10 MP5, and 20% cooldown reduction. The Breastplate of Valor does not have a passive. It has really good stats, and that 20% cooldown reduction is the main reason why we are getting it. That, and we're going against a physical god. Like I said earlier on in the video, we're getting Golden Blade to kind of cheese the laning phase a little bit, and then we're going into full tank. Horus's crowd control chain is pretty nasty. You jump in, get the stun, hit them with a cleave, remove their protections. Then you knock them up with the 1 and slow them with the line attack. That gives your teammates plenty of time to clean up the enemy. We're going to dash away with our 2. I forgot to mention this, but the ending to this game is absolutely fantastic. It is the ideal ending for a Horus or a Horus game. Oh, that's some damage. Arachne's fighting into us, and we're able to get the pick onto the Arachne. We're going to go ahead, rotate towards mid. We do have our ultimate. It'll be just us traveling today.
Your team has destroyed us.
We land and we give the Fenrir a shield because he was within the circle of where we landed. We don't want to steal his farm, so we're going to leave the Harpies. We miss our 2 and she was right there, but she misses her ultimate, so it's kind of alright. We're trying to dash to the Fenrir with our 3. Persephone is able to leap over the wall. We're going to blink in, use our 1, and we're able to get the pick onto the Persephone. For our second relic, we got blink. If we could blink in, select the target, a squishy target, and then crowd control them, we should be able to set up for our team pretty well. Right now we are level 14 at 14 minutes into the game, so we're doing a pretty good job leveling up. We use our 2, it's going to remove some protections, that means we're going to deal some additional damage. We're going to use our 1, get the slow onto her. She's very weak, I don't know why she's choosing to fight into this. We use our 2, remove some protections, she gets the stun on us, and we're able to clean her up with the basic attack. She did a lot more damage than I thought she was going to, but at the same time, she probably should not have been fighting that. We do have our teleport up. Teleport is a good relic in solo because it allows you to make it back to lane without missing too much farm. Blink is also pretty good because as a frontliner, you're probably pretty tanky and you usually have some crowd control. So you want to get in there and then crowd control an ideal target. We're checking the enemy speed buff. It's not there, so we're going to rotate back and clean up this next minion wave. We are rocking the Dragonguard skin. I think this is a pretty good looking skin. We're going to go ahead and pick up the Sledge. The Sledge is going to provide us 40 power, 300 health, 150 mana, and 20% crowd control reduction. It has a passive that for each enemy god within 55 units, you gain a stacking buff that provides you with 10 magical and 10 physical protections. This can stack up to 3 times. This is a nice little hybrid item. It's going to give you some power, some crowd control reduction, and it's also going to give you some protections. There is a cap for crowd control reduction, and it is 40%. So right now, we are at the cap, meaning if we build any more crowd control reduction, it's not going to count for anything. There's a bunch of people hanging out around us. We don't want to pick a fight we can't take. We're able to avoid the Arachne webs. We're going to go ahead and use our 2. We get Arachne ulti. We're taking damage because we haven't teleported. We're going to teleport back in, get the knockup, use our 1, get the slow. We're going to dash to the minion waves. The Fenrir is able to rotate in. Arachne lands on him, and the Fenrir is able to get a double kill. Whenever we ulted, we could have chosen to land under tower. However, we saw that the Fenrir was rotating in, and he's able to get a triple kill. Right here, we're trying to activate the web and get the spiders, but we missed like 3 times. Go ahead, pop a health potion. We're going to go through the wall to the Ymir with our 3. Since we have a minion wave, we should go ahead and get a little bit of poke onto this tower. Usually, I would say if it's just you and you have the option of getting hits onto the tower, you're probably better off rotating into the jungle and trying to get some farm or proxying the next wave. But if you have teammates with you, go ahead and hit the tower.
enemy tower. Oh, middle lane. On my way. Ultimate is ready. Retreat. Good luck. Enjoy killing.
We're gonna go ahead and clean up the middle lane.
Attack left lane. Ultimate is ready. Okay.
Persephone's in mid. We're gonna go ahead and use our ultimate.
Careful middle.
Persephone looks to be by herself in mid, so we're gonna try to change our direction mid ult, which is probably not the best thing to do. We're gonna go in, get some CC, some crowd control reduction onto the Kraken, and Merlin's able to get the pick onto him. Persephone's a little out of position, and she goes down to our jungler. We're going to use our 2, remove some protections, get some setup, and our team is able to clean up the Amu's and Cobb. Ymir puts up a wall. This Ymir clearly doesn't watch the patch notes because he didn't know that you can cancel the wall by pushing the ability again. We're going to go ahead and do a little bit of tanking for the team, work on this tower. We have the numbers. We should push this Phoenix. Arachne is in jungle, so it probably wouldn't have been that successful of a push. We're going to use our 2. A lot of CC onto that Arachne. We're going to go ahead and start working on the Phoenix. Use our 2, but she's CC immune. We're going to start basic attacking the Persephone ultimate. We're going to dash to the Ymir. Our Merlin goes down to the Tsukiyomi. Our Ymir goes down. It's kind of just us. We're going to try to help this Fenrir.
Your right tower has been destroyed.
Yeah, it looks like he's out. We just wanted to stick around, make sure he got out. We should have used our 3 on him to heal him up a little bit. So we make the call to go for the Oni Fury. He stops for the red buff. Typically, I like going straight for the objective and kind of skipping any camps along the way, just in case the enemy team is rotating in. If you stop for a camp, you're potentially giving them like another 5 seconds to rotate to the objective and contest it. But at the same time, with his strategy, he's able to stop, get a camp, and get even more farm. So there's a little bit of a trade-off right there. So after going into the Sledge, we're going to be going into the Oni Hunter's Garb. This is going to provide us 100 health, 60 magical protections, 30 MP5, and 20% crowd control reduction. It has a passive that for each enemy god within 55 units of you, you gain 3% damage mitigation. This caps out at 3 stacks. So I'm going to be completely honest, I completely forgot that the tank boots provide you crowd control reduction. So right here, while I was playing, I thought, that's an easy pick. I thought that we just now hit 40%, but we're actually at 60% and the cap is 40%. Oni Hunter's Garb is a good item. However, it puts us over a cap at something. So if you want to use this build, I would maybe suggest the Genji's Guard. There's nothing wrong with going over the cap. You could probably just pick up some different stats. Right now we are at 20% crowd control reduction. Our next item is going to give us another 10%. So the Genjis instead of the Oni would actually put us at the cap for crowd control reduction. Not over, just right at the cap. This game I was trying to choose crowd control reduction over the cooldown. We land on no one, not our best ultimate. We're going to rotate back, try to heal this Merlin. Persephone's just out of position. We're going to use our 2. And the Fenrir is able to get the pick. We're going to heal up the Merlin a little bit, give him some additional protections. AMC is pushing with the Oni wave over in left, so he should be able to get that Phoenix. We're going to go ahead and rotate in. Let our team know to charge. The Arachne lands on the Merlin. We're going to try to heal him up. We're going to come in, use our 1, and we're able to get a pick onto the Arachne. Oh, we've almost got right Phoenix as well. We're going to try to get our team to rotate over there. There is an AMC. We're going to blink in, use our 2, remove some protections, use our 1. He uses his beads. He's going to avoid the slow. We're going to work on clearing this minion wave. Our team's rotating in, so we're just going to run into the Phoenix, tank it for the team. Whenever a tower or Phoenix is shooting you, it is dealing physical damage. So if you have physical protections, it's going to reduce the amount of damage that you take. Also, each shot from a tower or Phoenix is going to get exponentially a little bit stronger. We're going to go ahead and use our ultimate to fly over to this Persephone. We're bringing the whole team. It's not what you want to see if you're Persephone. And we're able to get the pick onto the Persephone. We even got a nice little achievement for it. We're going to go ahead tank for the team onto the Titan. SeanyB uses his ultimate. We're going to use our 3 to heal the Fenrir and kind of fall back. We're going to use our 1 to provide a little bit of heal for the Merlin. Use our 2 to fall back. The Arachne goes down. Everyone on our team's pretty weak, so this probably isn't going to be the ending push. And we're going to go ahead and fall back and give Fenrir some wings in this animation. We're going to go ahead and sell our Warrior's Blessing and pick up the Mantle of Discord. The Mantle of Discord is going to provide us 60 physical protections, 60 magical protections, 10% cooldown reduction. It has a passive that if you take damage below 30% of your health, you're going to unleash a shockwave that stuns all enemies within a range of 20 units for 1 second. And you're going to become immune to crowd control for 1 second. This effect can only occur once every 60 seconds. This item is very good. I think if you have to pick one single defensive item, that Mantle of Discord's probably the one to go. It's going to provide you 120 protections combined and 10% cooldown reduction. We're trying to let our team know, like, hey, we got our ultimate, we could do something fancy here. But they want to go for Fire Giant, so we're going to run in there and tank it for them. We're able to secure the Fire Giant. Oh, we're letting them know. We're going to go ahead and dash so we can start. Everyone can stand in our circle. Here we go. We're using our ultimate. We're just going to fly over the wall, bring the whole team straight to the Titan. What a way to end the game. Well, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. That really helps these videos out. If you feel like you learned anything at all, check out the channel and subscribe for more content. These stats for this game will be posted in just a moment. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a great day. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.